What is up, guys? And in this video I will be doing and showing you how you do a low light test. What is up, guys? And in this video I'll be finally doing the Nikon Z50 Low Light video test. Right now my settings are at 1/50, 3.5, 1600 ISO. I'll be shooting in complete 4K, 24 frames per second. But before you watch this video, go and check out part 1 of this video. I'll link it in the description below. Check that out first. Watch that so you understand what's going on. But it is almost 4. Sun is about to set in roughly 45 minutes, which gives me the perfect timing to go outside and get some 4K low light video test to see how well this camera does, as well as do some vlog footage, as apparently it's not known to have good low light autofocus, especially if you are vlogging. So I'm gonna put that to the test in this video. Stay tuned. How am I looking? Let's go. And if you're wondering my setup, a Nikon Z50, I'll be using the kit lens 16 to 50, 3.5 to 6.3. And then I already have my trusty, I've actually used this way too much, the Manfrotto Pixi mini tripod, link in the description. And of course I'm using the Rode Video Micro. I am at 1/50. Gonna be changing my ISO down, probably hit it at 1/50, 3.5, 640 ISO. The cool thing about the Z50 is I have histograms to see if any of my highlights are getting crushed, and this looks pretty much properly exposed. Might little bump my ISO to 800. And now, guys, I shall be going out and doing some real world footage once it gets darker to see what this Nikon Z50 is actually capable of. So first thing off the bat, what I notice is that you're losing a whole stop of light from 5.6 from your typical kit lens to 6.3. And because it's at 50 and you're shooting at 6.3, you're losing a whole stop of light, but we shall see how it does, as well as are you going to get a lot of noise, is going to have trouble hunting. And I also changed my autofocus settings to have it at 4 or in the middle for sensitivity, and it's at the fastest for tracking speed. So enough yapping, let's get some footage. So right now the conditions outside are a little bit of overcast, as you can see here. Do have natural lighting going on, but the sun is setting, if you can't tell. And my current settings are 1/50, 3.5 at 100 ISO. Now I shall be bumping it up to 300, 200 ISO, 320 ISO, 500 ISO, 800 ISO, 1250 ISO, 2000 ISO, 2500 ISO, 3200, 4000 ISO, 5000, 25,600 max ISO, but of course it's going to be really overexposed, so I'm going to crank my aperture all the way to f22, and I want to see how that looks at f16. Let's see how this looks in terms of if I were to, let's see how this would look if I were actually to be out and about in terms of vlogging with my Z50 kit lens at f16 25,600 ISO. Probably I want to go past like 8,000. This is at 8,000 ISO, and to be honest, it's actually pretty bright out. Might actually get some more darker night footage to see how that actually does in more of a low light, and actually have it be a low light situation. But right now it's fairly overcast, and even with the kit lens, it's still pretty bright. Now guys, this is a real world life low light test. I'm shooting at 1/50, 3.5, and as you can see, you can't see a damn thing. So I'm gonna bump up my ISO to 640. Now I'm shooting at 1/50, 640 ISO, shooting at 16. Shooting at 16, and then now this is at ISO 2000, ISO 4000, ISO 8000, 12,800, and this is how it looks at ISO 12,800. I'm gonna crank it up to 20,000 ISO. And I think now it is a little bit overexposed, probably at 10,000 ISO. I probably wouldn't shoot this anything above 4,000 on this camera, but so far it's doing a lot better than my Nikon D5200. Now I'm going to be doing a vlog test, filming at 16,000, not 1600, 16,000 ISO, seeing how this does in low light. Is it focusing? Is it not focusing? You guys tell me how the quality is. Is it grainy? Check out the area around me. Is it grainy? Is it able to detect me, as there's essentially no light here at all besides the street lights? See how this actually looks at 1/50, 4K, 16,000 ISO. See if it still has face detection. Is it still detecting my face? Is it having a hard time detecting my face? And I wouldn't even dare shoot 60 frames, or let alone 120 frames per second, because your shutter would be at 250. And the slow motion on the Nikon, when it comes to shooting 120 frames, it's a little soft. So this is the best that I'm gonna do with it in 4K settings. I'm just gonna walk down here. It's gonna be super pitch black, and just gonna see how this does. Did I almost just witness a brick and enter? Or, like, I don't know what's going on. The things I do for YouTube, eh? But getting more to street lighting here. I'll see how this actually does. Shooting at 8,000 ISO here, folks. Test this. So now I'm testing it at 6400 ISO. I'm gonna see how the autofocus actually does. Can actually detect my face. And I think for the most part, this is already like a huge upgrade from the D5200, as there's already, I see, less noise. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm shooting at 4K, so you're obviously gonna have a lot better lighting and a better sensor because it's newer technology. You're going for mirrorless, and you actually have autofocus that actually works in comparison to the D5200, which doesn't even have face detection or autofocus that actually works decently at night. So let me know in the comments which one do you guys think that actually does better, whether that's the Z50, the Z50, or the D5200 at night. Which one is better? And make sure to watch part 1 of this video. And my name's Peter. You're watching Broke Visionary Collective, where we all start with nothing, but you can always create something.